Walker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise today as a proud feminist and a member of the Greens to speak in support of this bill. Let me make it perfectly clear. No woman enjoys or delights in having an abortion. It is often a heart-wrenching decision that has been taken with deep personal reflection. But that choice is ours to make. It is a basic right of a woman to be able to control her body and have the freedom to make her own choices. Yet here we are in 2017 in the oldest parliament in Australia, still fighting for a woman's right to choose. That women still don't have full equality under the law. That is the crime, the disgrace, the shame on this place. This threat of being a lawbreaker held over our mothers, our sisters, our wives, our girlfriends, our daughters, creates fear and uncertainty for women at this difficult time. Medical practitioners are also put in a difficult position as they risk criminal liability for assisting women with their reproductive rights. Many general practitioners in New South Wales do not offer pregnancy termination because of the fear of prosecution. For rural and regional women, access is already an issue as there are only a few clinics that offer this service, meaning our country women face extra costs for travel and accommodation to reach private clinics in major urban centres. The last thing they need is the added anxiety of persecution, making things even more fraught. Every woman has a right to privacy, respect, dignity and courtesy while accessing medical procedures. A recent survey showed that overall 73% of those surveyed supported the removal of abortion from the Crimes Act. Not surprisingly, people living in regional and rural New South Wales were more likely to have a view that abortion should be decriminalised compared to people in Sydney. And why isn't this surprising? Because this bill is about access and removing the legal barriers that keep abortion services privatised and expensive, putting rural and regional women at great disadvantage. This bill makes it clear that in New South Wales, women who choose to have an abortion are not criminals and should not experience stigma and shame, but rather we're a compassionate state, and anyone in need of a pregnancy termination should be able to access that with dignity and privacy. Shamefully, New South Wales and Queensland are the only states which have not used legislation to confirm a woman's right to terminate their pregnancy. I congratulate my colleague, Dr. Mehreen Faruqi, who has introduced this historic bill and has guided it through the legislative process with care and compassion over the last 2 years. I know this has not always been easy, as she's been subjected to ongoing abuse and misrepresentation, but she's remained courageous and dignified while pursuing this important reform on behalf of the women of this state. I'm very proud to be part of a party that has the courage to introduce this private member's bill, and that all our Greens MPs will be voting for this bill. I know that some of you will be wrestling with your conscience today, but I implore you not to succumb to the fear campaign, but rather fall on the right side of history and pass this historic reform for the women of this state. I was born into a society where women don't have the same rights as men, but I want to lead this society as one where women including my daughter, have full equality under the law. I commend this bill to the House.